Hello and welcome to this instalment of Talking Trim. I'm Jonathan Skinner, and today we are looking at the dashboard and dash top area of the Jaguar E-Type models. So I've laid out a few bits and bobs on this. They don't apply to all of the E-Types, these parts, but I'll go through it all individually. So what we've effectively got are the dash top moulded panels, along with retrim kits in leather for retrimming those if you wanted to change the colour of them. Originally they were always black, and we also got materials to re-trim the dashboard fascia areas as well as the grab handle on the E-Types. So like I say, it's not going to be applicable to all E-Types, but I'll try and explain as I go through. What we'll do is we'll start with the most obvious piece, which is the main dash top panel as we refer to it, which is applicable to all of the E-Types, and that's this panel here in the centre. So originally all of the dash tops were black on Jaguar E-Types. This is effectively dash top crash roll, whatever you want to call it, basically a bit you would kind of headbutt if you did crash the car, apart from the steering wheel. So it's this part here. Now this was fitted to all E-Types. Originally it was a metal panel with a foam which is often sort of yellowy orange, and then a sort of PVC moulded around it. The aftermarket units are moulded plastic with the foam integrated into it already, and these sort of edge elements here that you trim round. So a lot of this is lost. It goes basically, you get rid of the orange yellow foam of your old one, and then you get the metalwork and you mould it round the metalwork using a hairdryer and such, and some clips and glue. I've actually got a couple of other videos showing this process of a trimmed up unit, both of just the OEM black spec here, as well as one that has been retrimmed in a different material, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, as a basic overview, that's how it works. Bear in mind the very early sort of flat floor models, they actually had a much flatter dash top. It was kind of the same shape but much flatter. That is not available, so if you wanted that particular one, if you're lucky enough to own one of those cars, you can't really get them anymore, so you would have to try and save your old one. So do let us know if you need help with that. All of them had this little notch marked here, which is obviously for the rear view mirror. However, that doesn't really apply to the Roadster Series 3s, and I'll explain that when we get to the other dash tops shortly. But yeah, that's the moulded unit. We do supply basic instructions how to do it, and like I say, I have got another video showing that element there, so do be sure to check out the link in the description below. We then obviously offer retrim kits. This is leather. It's our parchment smooth leather. So basically this customer here, he has a Series 3 2+2, so the 4-seater, and he's changing the whole dash area to parchment to match the rest of his kit. So this is why we've done these bits and bobs. But effectively it's a large rectangle of material, whether it be vinyl or leather, that you would then effectively retrim to this moulded panel, and then to the metalwork element of your original unit there. So that we sell separately as an optional extra, so bear that in mind. Then going on to the dash fascias. So this is a 4-piece kit, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it does depend again on the series of your car, and it's all related to obviously the 3.8s. They had an aluminium center console, so you don't need the central piece here, or the glove box lid, because the 3.8s didn't have a glove box lid, it was just an open glove box, or obviously the later 4.2s, they got rid of the aluminium center console, so you do need the central piece, but you don't need that piece, which is the glove box lid. Or the later cars, as per this one here, where it is a 4-piece kit, so you've got left, center, right, glove box lid. So that, again, is material, oversized, but cut roughly to the shape. For applicable pieces like this leather, for example, we do actually skive this leather down. Skiving is a process of thinning leather to make it more pliable to those tighter areas in the car. So it's perfect for these sorts of things. We're one of the only companies in this industry that has an on-site leather skiving machine. So it really does help with that element of things, and it's just one of the things that we offer as standard as part of our kit for any suitable products. So that's the dashboard fascia retrim kit, those 4 pieces there, or less if you don't need them obviously for the 3.8. So 3.8 you'd be removing that and that, and you would just have the 2 pieces there. For the 4.2 Series 1s, you would have 3 pieces, and then the later cars with the glove box lid, you have 4 pieces like that. Then separate item, you got the grab handle. Goes on the passenger side. Again, normally black, normally leather. There are 2 versions of this. The early ones didn't have the hole in them, the later ones did, all related to how they connect to the car. But this is a brand new unit inside, so it's got the kind of the rubber handle element of it as well. And then we've retrimmed this in parchment to match the rest of the customer's trim. Again, sky leather really does come into its own with those elements there. Let's just have a quick look in the book just to reaffirm bits and bobs I'm talking about. So you can see the grab handle there on the passenger side. Then the dash fascia is there, there, and there. Then obviously the lid for the glove box as well. So the sort of passenger side has 2 pieces to it. You have the main sort of section, then there's a hole cut out for the glove box, and then the glove box lid there. So that's those bits. That's kind of suitable for kind of all the E-types, all those bits I've just spoken about. Now let's move on to what we refer to as the front dash top panel. Now these only refer to the Series 3 Roadsters, open 2-seater Roadsters, as well as most of the 2+2s. The 2+2s, they seem to introduce it, I think, around kind of the late Series 1 era, going to 1.5. I think it's related to the number of windscreen wipers that you have on the car. But basically it's these panels here. Obviously you only got 1 per car, but we offer 2 different versions depending on which car you have. So to look in this book here, you can see this is the main dash top, which we've already discussed. But then in front of that, right underneath the windscreen, they had this other dash top extension, front dash top, whatever you want to call it. That is these pieces here. Very similar concept. They were always black. It's a moulded black polyurethane sort of material with the foam already bonded in there inside. It's a bit more rigid than the other one. Elements of things. Now, one of them has this cutaway here, which is obviously for the Roadster because that is for the rear view mirror, whereas the 2+2, the rear view mirror was on the roof ceiling, so we offer one without that. So that is those there, standardly in black. Again, same concept again, you're retrimming it to your original base. Then we've got our retrim kit. Again, in this particular instance, it is leather that you'd end up retrimming for that too. And then separately as well, you have the dash piping, as we refer to it. It's got a nice long flange on it. It's the thicker version of piping. It's not the normal width seat piping that we use for a lot of other kits. It is wider stuff, and that sits in between. You can't really see it in this picture, but basically at the front of the main dash top and the back of the front dash top, if you follow, there is a bit of piping that goes all the way around there. That is this piping here. Effectively, it would sit here / here. Again, got another video out there that does show these elements semi-trimmed up, so do be sure to check that out in the description below. But yeah, I thought I'd do a brief overview of that. We do hope to be trimming these exact kits up in terms of the dash top units, so please look out for the further video in the future on those bits and bobs. Hopefully that gives you a good overview of what we can offer. Of course, remember to check all of the details in the description below. There should be some useful links to our website showing you where you can buy these specific items, but also links to other useful photos and just generic useful information on our website about everything that we do and the way we do it. Please remember to like, subscribe and share with other classic car enthusiasts. And of course, keep in mind that just because other people offer similar kits does not mean they are the same kits. We work to a very high level of workmanship and quality here, both of our raw materials and our pre-manufactured items. So bear that in mind. Proof's in the pudding. We have a YouTube channel with hundreds of photos on, videos on it rather. Other people do not have any videos and no YouTube channel. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's very hard to compare apples with apples in this industry. This is why I've started doing this YouTube channel, to showcase the quality and workmanship of our kits. Anyway, hope you found it useful. Please remember to tune in next time. Cheers.